Hi, I'm Zach, and this is Challenger Vedic Astrology and Tarot. Welcome to the channel. So, today we're talking about Venus through houses. And if you like my videos, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out me and the channel. And to be notified whenever I put out a new video, be sure to hit the bell icon and select all. If you'd like a Vedic Sidereal birth chart, a personal tarot reading, or an astrology consultation, links to those will be in the description box and the comments below. Okay, so Venus. First off, when we look at Venus through houses, just like with every other planet that we're going to look at, you look from the Ascendant, from Jupiter, and from the Moon. The Ascendant is the sign rising in the east at the time you were born. It sets the map of your life. So that's why you look from the Ascendant. Jupiter. Jupiter is your life. Without Jupiter, you would be dead. So, you look from Jupiter. Then, you look from the Moon. Now, from the Moon is different. Moon is your mind and emotions. So from the Moon will show what you think and feel about your life. Also, when it comes to Jupiter, doesn't matter what house Jupiter's in. You're going to pretend like that's the first house. So, when reading it from Jupiter, you would make Jupiter the Ascendant. And Venus, through these houses or any other planet, is going to act the way it would from Jupiter and from the Ascendant. And from Moon, like I said, mentally and emotionally. Alright. So, what's Venus? Well, Venus is love, relationships, marriage. Venus is your sister. In particular, younger sister. Venus is your wife. Venus is wealth. So, when we're looking at Venus, if you are attracted to women, I don't care if you're lesbian, Venus is your spouse. So you want to know about your relationships, your marriage, and you're attracted to women, you look at Venus. If you want to know how you're going to make money, you look at Venus. No, I didn't say career. Career's Saturn. But your money's not always tied to your career. Some people make money through different avenues. Sometimes it's tied to your career. But sometimes you just have to work in a job that doesn't make any money. And you make money through different means. Okay, so let's talk about Venus through houses. So Venus in the first house. Well, Venus in the first house, the way you're going to make your money is going to be through presenting yourself. In other words, you have to be visible. So, for instance, if you're in media, like this is a kind of position that could show you're in media. You have to present yourself. Venus is artistic. Venus is beautiful. So, you have to showcase yourself. You have to highlight yourself when Venus is in the first house to make your money. You could make money through using your physical body. Meaning, maybe you're a model. Maybe you're in healthcare. Maybe you're a physical trainer. But yeah, that's what Venus shows for making money in the first house. Also, you and your younger sister will be close with Venus in the first house. Now, when it comes to relationships and marriage, if you're attracted to women, once again, Venus in the first house shows you can meet your spouse through physical activity, like going to a gym, working out, any kind of physical activity. That could be sports, Also, spouse would come to you. In other words, like if you're a man or a woman, the spouse would come to you. Like they would be the ones likely to introduce themselves to you. Now, Venus in the second house. Second house is speech. Second house is money. So Venus in the second house, a person makes money through their speech. A person could make money through other people's money. In other words, they could be in finance, banking. Second house is also family. So you could make money through the family. That could mean a few things. That could mean an inheritance. That could mean working in a family business. That could mean, well, yeah. Anyways. Also, second house is the face. So, this could be an eye, ear, nose, throat doctor. Yeah. All the above. This person could be a dentist. That could be how they make their money. Now, your spouse. Like I said, female spouse would be close to your family. One thing you will see with this is second house carries the energy of Taurus. So one thing you see with this is spouse would be very hardworking financially. Spouse would always be putting in work to make money. That'd be a big focus of theirs. Also, second house is food. So you could meet your spouse while going to a restaurant. Also, you can make money through, through food industry. Now, Venus in the third house. Well, you can make your money through media, marketing, sales. Third house is communication, writing. You could be a writer with Venus in the third house. Third house is travel. So you could make money through the travel industry. Third house is younger siblings. You could make money with your younger sibling. Whether they be younger brother or sister with Venus in the third house. But another thing that we see. Third house is eighth from the eighth house. It's the higher form of sudden ups and downs and transformation. Venus in the third house shows there will be sudden ups and downs with your money. Also, in relationships, there will be sudden ups and downs. Third house is also cousins, so you can also make money with your cousins. Now, third house is neighbors. So, when it comes to falling in love, meeting your spouse, they could be a neighbor. They could live nearby. You can meet them online. Third house is the internet. Also, you and your spouse will communicate a lot. There will be a lot of communication between you and your spouse. Some relationships, partners don't talk to each other. In the third house, y'all have to talk to each other. Your spouse will want to. Now, once again, this is from Ascendant or Jupiter. From the moon, it'll be more about how you think and feel. Now, Venus in the fourth house. Well, fourth house is land, real estate, vehicles, mother. So, your money could be tied to your mother. Maybe you work in a family business. Mother runs the business. Fourth house is land, real estate. You can make money through being in real estate. buying property as an investment, and you make money through it. You can make money through automotive industry, being a mechanic or selling cars. Fourth house is also the home. Venus in the fourth house, a person can actually make money from home. When you don't have Venus in the fourth house, for instance, those who work remotely, if you don't have Venus in the fourth house, or I would say even the third house, fourth or third house when it comes to remote work, well, you don't want to be working from home, making your money, if your Venus isn't in the fourth house or third house. Third house is online, so you can make money online. But fourth house is home. If your Venus is in some other house, you got to be out in the world making your money. Okay. Now, when it comes to meeting your spouse, you'll meet your spouse in a home-like setting, or at a restaurant, or right near a home or a restaurant. And by right near, I mean like right near, like right out in front or something. Also, you could meet your spouse while at a car dealership or at a mechanic's. So that's what we see with Venus in the fourth house. But another thing with this, fourth house is a hidden house. So one thing you'll see with Venus in the fourth house there are hidden secrets tied to the spouse that will be discovered after marriage or after living together. Another thing with this is spouse is now in the fourth house. Fourth house, home, comfort, happiness. But you are 10 places away. The Ascendant becomes 10 places away from that Venus, or Jupiter becomes 10 places away from that Venus. So, for your spouse, it would be about career and status. So what we see with this is marriage, relationships are more of a business arrangement than romance. It's more about the spouse providing you comfort and happiness, and you providing the spouse status and career advancement. And you'll see a similar thing when Venus is in the 10th house. We'll get there. But also, your relationship with the spouse is going to be kind of hidden. Like, fourth house is a hidden house. So there will be things, like I said, that won't be revealed until later. Now, Venus in the 5th house. Venus in the 4th house. One other thing I wanted to say. Venus is younger sister. So, younger sister could be the one that inherits parental property. Now, Venus in the 5th house. Well, 5th house is creativity. 5th house is education. 5th house is children, politics, students, subordinates. 5th house is sports. Same thing with 3rd house. 3rd house is also creativity and sports. So, Venus in either house, either the 5th or the 3rd, from Jupiter or the Ascendant, can show making money through sports, through creativity. But also, Venus in the 5th house can show making money through working with children or through having children. Having children helps increase your finances when you have Venus in the 5th house. 5th house is, like I said, you could also make money through students, through education. You could be a teacher with Venus in the 5th house. 5th house is also speculative gain. Venus in the 5th house person can make money through gambling, through stock market. Venus in the 5th house, a person can make money through politics. Now, another thing we see with this. when it comes to relationships, marriage. Once again, if you're attracted to women. Venus in the 5th shows there'd be a lot of romance with your partner. You could meet your partner through creative avenues, through sports. So you can meet your partner at a sporting event. You could meet your partner at the movies. You can meet your partner when you're receiving education, like at a university. Now, another thing we see with this is there would be a lot of romance with your spouse, with Venus in the 5th house. A lot of fun and games with your spouse. And also a lot of fun and games with your younger sister. Now, your younger sister and your spouse, for both of them, I'll specify wife, just to make it clear. But your younger sister and your wife, you will be like their guru. Yeah. Because the Ascendant and Jupiter are now 9 places away from the spouse. 9th house is the house of teachers, mentors, gurus. So you would be like their guru. But yeah. Okay. Now, the other thing we see, though, is spouse and younger sister kind of control your intelligence with Venus in the 5th house. 5th house is your intelligence. So now the way you think is influenced by your younger sister and your spouse. Now, Venus in the 6th house. 6th house is service. It's debt. It's pets. 6th house is work, legal disputes, competition, health issues, accidents. Venus here shows you would make your money through healthcare, through taking care of animals, through dealing with debt. Taking on debt actually helps you make money when Venus is in the 6th house. Being in service industry, or serving others, helps you make money with Venus in the 6th house. Now, another thing we see with Venus in the 6th house, though. This is a difficult placement for marriage. Why? Well, this shows that wife and younger sister both would have health issues, would have debt. Like, you having them in your life brings on debt to you. You'd have to take on debt on their behalf. Maybe to deal with their health issues. But also, 6th house is conflicts. 6th house is enemies, legal disputes. So, on one hand, while you could make money through being a lawyer with this position, on the other hand, you could have legal disputes with your younger sister, with your wife. Either of them could be like an enemy in your life. There could be a lot of conflict with them. But yeah. Now, Venus in the 7th house. Well, 7th house is relationships, marriage. 7th house is business. So, what you see here is you can earn money through business. 7th house is the masses. 7th house is also the courtroom. Remember, Libra, the scales of justice. So, what you see with this, person can earn money through business. Person has to present themselves to the masses to make money. They have to be visible. Person could make money through the law, through being in courtrooms. Now, another thing we see with this is a person could go into business with their younger sister. That could actually be good for helping this person make money. Person, if they have a wife, include your wife in your business. You'll make more money. Now, a special note with this placement is Venus, if it's 7th from Jupiter. See, Jupiter and Venus are enemies. So one thing you'll see with this is Jupiter and Venus are both gurus, but they have opposing ideologies. So Jupiter and Venus, and that 1-7 axis, you will have disagreements. Not necessarily like major conflicts, but just you and your partner will have different ideologies. Now, from the Ascendant and from the Moon, you won't see that though. Okay. Now, when it comes to meeting your partner, well, 7th house is furthest place away from the Ascendant. So one thing this shows is you can meet your partner far away. Meaning, like a foreign country with Venus in the 7th house. While doing business, you can meet your partner. Now, Venus in the 8th house. 8th house is research. It's the occult. It's sudden ups and downs, transformation, surgeries. It's other people's money. It's your in-laws. So, you can make money through surgery. A person could be a surgeon with Venus in the 8th house. You can make money through the occult. You can make money through joint finances. You can make money through other people's money. But younger sister and wife could need a surgery with Venus in the 8th house. Younger sister would likely receive an inheritance with Venus in the 8th. Younger sister and wife could be involved in the occult and research. But one thing you'll see with this when it comes to marriage, your wife will be very focused on their family, your in-laws. Your wife would be focused on joint finances. Wife will be very secretive. Wife will be very controlling. Always thinking you're up to something. Wife would be jealous. Why? Jyeshta Nakshatra is an original nakshatra of the 8th house, Scorpio. Also, Anuradha. Both nakshatras are tied to jealousy. So, when Venus is in the 8th house, from the Ascendant or from Jupiter, or from the Moon, well, like I said, Moon's more emotional and mental. Spouse will be jealous. Spouse will be controlling. Spouse will be secretive. Wife will be secretive. Always suspicious of what you're doing, who you're doing it with, trying to control you. Remember, Jyeshta, overprotective to the point of being controlling. So, this isn't a good placement for marriage either. Now, Venus in the 9th house. Well, 9th house is teaching. It's higher education. It's publishing. It's travel. It's religion, law, philosophy. A person can make money through all these means. A person could be a teacher here. A person could be a writer. A person could make money through religion. I don't know, they could be a priest or something. Person could be a lawyer with Venus in the ninth house, or a judge. Person could make money through the travel industry. Also, ninth house is fifth from the fifth. It's the higher form of creativity. Person could make money through creativity here. But also, a person can make like lasting art. Like art that's truly remembered with Venus in the ninth. Because it's fifth from the fifth. It's the higher form of creativity. Creativity that's very valued. So art that's very valued, or writing that's very valued. Now, your younger sister. Well, yeah. All right, your younger sister, your spouse, your wife brings a lot of luck in your life, because ninth house is luck. Your younger sister could live far away from you. When it comes to meeting your wife would live far away from you. Meaning, you have to travel to a faraway place to meet your wife. Now, ninth house is also guru, right? So, younger sister, wife, could be your guru, or like your guru. Now, you could also meet your wife while receiving higher education. Like a university or something like that as well here. Now, Venus in the 10th house. Well, 10th house is career, status, government. Venus in the 10th house, a person can make money through working with the government. You have to be out in the workplace to make money, meaning you can't work from home. With Venus in the 10th, you have to be visible with Venus in the 10th. Now, with Venus in the 10th, we see that your younger sister would be very focused on their career. Same thing with your wife. Now, remember what I said when we were talking about Venus in the 4th house. Venus in the 4th or 10th house shows marriage is more of a business deal than romantic. So, Venus in the 10th. Your spouse would be very focused on their work. You would provide your spouse comfort and happiness. They would help advance your career and increase your reputation. That's what you see with Venus in the 10th house from Ascendant or Jupiter. And remember, from Moon, this is how you'll think or feel. Also, you can meet your spouse through your career, through your workplace, or at like a government building or something. Now, Venus in the 11th house. Well, 11th house is large organizations, society at large. Also, 11th house is 6th from the 6th house. So, 6th house is animals. 11th house is wild animals. Person can make money through working with wild animals. Person could be like a zoologist with Venus in the 11th house. Person could make money as like a hiring manager or their human resources, dealing with lots of people Venus in the 11th house, bringing people together. Remember, 11th house is friendship. Like this person could, make money through working at a hiring agency. Person could make money through their elder sibling. And I guess while we're on this, Venus in the 9th house, person could make money through their father. In the 4th house, person could make money through their mother. Just giving examples. Now, Venus in the 11th house shows spouse would be like a friend. Spouse would be, your wife would be both your wife and your friend with Venus in the 11th house. Your younger sister and your wife would both be very eccentric with Venus in the 11th house. Remember, this is originally where the sign of Aquarius is, co-ruled by Saturn and Rahu. Saturn's conservative, Rahu is liberal. Now a person's flip-flopping between the two. They can't make up their mind. But yeah, that's what you'll see with Venus in the 11th house. You could meet your wife at a large gathering. You can meet your wife through your friends. Your friends introduce you. Or your elder sibling introduces you to your wife. Or your paternal uncle, because 11th house is also paternal uncle. Or paternal aunts and uncles, I should say. But yeah. Now, Venus in the 12th house. So, Venus in the 12th house. 12th house is foreign lands. Spirituality. Sex. So, what you'll see with this, a person could make money through sex. Same thing with Venus in the 8th house. Person could be a sex worker. But 12th house being foreign lands, a person could make money through foreign lands, foreign people. 12th house is multinational companies. Person could make money through working at a multinational company. 12th house is hospitals, jails, asylums, monasteries. Person could make money through these places. Person could be a nurse or a doctor. Person could be a jail warden or, prison guard, something like that. That's what I meant, prison warden. I'm sure, there might be a jail warden, I don't know. Alright, but, anyways. 12th house is also tied to other worlds. So, person with Venus in the 12th house can make money through being an astronaut. Or like an astrophysicist, an astrologer. Twelfth house is also investments. A person with Venus in the 12th house makes money through investing. Now, another thing we see with this is your younger sister would live in a far-off place from you, but younger sister would always support you. Because your younger sister, you're only 2 houses away from your younger sister. But you're 12 houses away from your younger sister. When you count, counterclockwise. So, like I said, younger sister would live far away, but they'd support you. They'd be there for you. Your wife would also live far away. Meaning, you gotta go to foreign lands to meet your wife. You can meet your wife at a hospital. You can meet your wife while pursuing your spirituality, spiritual practices. You can meet your wife on a cruise. 12th house is originally Pisces. So you see that as well. Now, when it comes to your marriage, 12th house is a house of loss. It's a house of spirituality. So one thing you see when Venus is in the 12th house is marriage kind of feels lost. Now, does that mean divorce or something? No. It shows that spouse is going to be more focused on spirituality, or is going to be kind of in oblivion. They'll be in their own world. It won't really be focused on the, the main aspects that people think of when it comes to marriage, like being there for their partner. They'd be more focused on spirituality or just lost in their own world. So, it's also not particularly a great placement for marriage. But alright, this has been Venus through houses. For those of you wondering about, husband, well, when we get to Mars, that's when we'll talk about husband. But alright, if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Really helps out me and the channel. And to be notified whenever I put out a new video, be sure to hit the bell icon and select all. If you'd like a Vedic Sidereal birth chart, a personal tarot reading, or an astrology consultation, links to those will be in the description box and the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.